stop your spring. Z-Quiet is comfortable and easy. It doesn't require boiling, fitting, or sleeping with a closed mouth like other mouthpieces. It's ready to use right out of the box. The soft material and patented flexible hinge provide comfort to stop your spring the very first night.
So I ordered it, and it worked the first time. The snoring stopped instantly once I started using it.
Amazing for me.
Try Z-Quiet for 30 days for only $9.95. If Z-Quiet doesn't solve your snoring, send it back and never pay a penny more. Stop snoring now. Get Z-Quiet.
Attention diabetics. The FDA has warned that the diabetes drug Actos may increase your risk of bladder cancer.
If you suffered bladder cancer, or your loved one
Even died from bladder cancer after taking the diabetes drug Actos, call the Rely On Group right now.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with bladder cancer after taking Actos, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be eligible for financial compensation. If you or a loved one took Actos and suffered bladder cancer, the manufacturer may be liable for damages, including medical bills and even pain and suffering. Call the Rely On Group right now. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with bladder cancer after taking the diabetes drug Actos, call the Rely On Group at 1-800-905-4113. That's 1-800-905-4113.
Next, the mayhem continues. Legend Punch. This next.
Fevers.com.
Thanks for that. Spread it around. The first night I was here, I said to the owner of the gym, I said, listen, where's the toilet? He said, you're ready. Come on, let's go. Hey, what's your name?
Pretty intense storms go through, and now things are lightening up there. And the same deal upstate New York. We have a strong line now pushing across Route 81. Now, here in our neck of the woods, though, just some light sprinkles close to around midnight is when things start to get underway. Starting off lightly and then really picking up as we go through the day on Saturday. And again, we have the potential for some thunderstorms to fire off in the afternoon, and then things will clear out. At some point, it will be more scattered, so it will rain all day long. Possibly not, but it will be a little bit on the just damp and dreary side. So we'll be in the 60s. Get the rain gear out. You'll certainly need it if you are going to be venturing out. And of course, for your Mother's Day, things are going to be shaping up quite nicely. We'll be topping out at around 67 degrees, low 57, leaving you with your 7-day forecast. And we'll see those numbers go back up again by next week.
Hey, plan on staying around the Bronx this weekend on some construction projects on the roads and rails. Our transportation reporter, Natasha Geigel, has all that you need to know.
Driving Glen Road this weekend, there will be some construction projects that you want to be on the lookout for. So East 166th Street between Trinity Avenue and Jackson Avenue will be closed on Saturday and Sunday between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. for construction. So you do want to just keep that in mind if you're traveling here. It might be a little bit slow. Also, the 5th annual fair at the Square will take place on Saturday from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. It will occur right at Westchester Square. Now, your best bet is just use the subway system to get there since it's right by the 6 train station. And also, you can expect lots of congestion on the local roadways around this area. It will be very difficult to drive in and to find a parking spot. So if you plan on going through that, you can come to the national fair. All the services will be in effect this weekend. Mass transit lots of weekend traffic will affect your commute. You'll have 2 train service that will operate in these sections. And also, the Boardwalk down Thornton will be running express from 125th Street to Burnside Avenue, and no 5 trains will be running. You'll want to stick with the 2 trains instead. Go to your weekend travel advisory. I'm Natasha Geigel, News 12, The Bronx.
Sports Live for that. Knicks and Pacers together tonight from Indiana. Series tied at 1. As Russ Hadley keeps reports, New York could get a boost from Amari Stoudemire.
He hasn't played since March
March 7th, recovering from surgery on his right knee. This after having already undergone surgery on his left knee. But Amari Stoudemire, a full participant in his practice this week, declares himself healthy and ready to go.
Playing, running, jumping, cutting, slashing. I felt explosive. The only thing now is getting my weight back up and see how we coach tomorrow.
Today has been kind of a light day for me. Shots, that was about it. So we'll gauge it tomorrow, see where we are with him, and if he feels good, then we'll probably put him in the uniform.
When healthy, Amari Stoudemire has proven that he is still among the most skilled offensive big men in the league. The question, though, is just how much can the Knicks expect from him in a possible Game 3 return?
Give us another scorer, give us another big guy. This is a big team we're playing against, so anytime we can get one of our bigs back, especially when we get a big score, no one's going to help us.
A career 21-point-a-game scorer, Stoudemire seemed to be just rounding into form offensively before his March setback. Even if it's only for 10 to 15 minutes a game, he could provide a needed front-court scoring option to complement Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith. With the Knicks, Pat O'Keefe, News 12 Sports.
Drama in Game 5, Rangers in Washington. Offense, not New York's thing, but the Rangers scored 5 in the first minute. Dan Girardi fires it around the boards and off to the basket. Bang, bang. Derek Brassard to Brian Boyle, 1-0. Second period, the Capitals answer, and they share the puck. Backstroke to Hansen to Ward, out of play goal. Tied in one, saved that way until overtime. The Capitals score off the rebound. It's Mike Rivera putting it home. 3-2 in the final, and Washington now lead the series 3-2. Earlier this week at RSA, that 1-0 in the last inning and trying to hold on. But Holly Brown has 2 minutes.
I wonder if this is only for Sable or can it be used for Bristol? Preserves the life of your brush, cold brush, with brush shaker. Set aside to dry and rinse before use. Rinse before use. I wonder if this is just for this type of...
I'm speechless right now.
Well, you know what? I'm going to just leave this for these type of my city boys.
I'm Ken McCabe, and this is News 12 of the Bronx. More hyperlocal weather and news is up right after the break. But first, take a look at our question of the day. You read through nutrition labels. Let us know at our website, news12.com, or by turning to channel 612.
Looking ahead at the rest of the day's weather, Milo. Can I help you? Well, I thought we're doing weather in twos now. No, it's weather on the twos. News 12, it's weather on the twos.
These are okay.
But they live so far away. I've been thinking about visiting with my daughter and her family. It's been pretty tough since Jackie passed away. It's a good thing you had life insurance.
I just want to test this stuff out. If I have any brush that needs to be...
Guaranteed acceptance. Guaranteed
I have any brush that I can...
It means you can't be turned down because of your health. You don't have to take a physical or answer any health questions. They don't care about your aches and pains. Well, how do you know? Speak to Alex Triplet. Because I have a policy myself. It costs just $9.95 a month per unit. It's perfect for my budget. My rate will never go up. And my coverage will never go down because of my age. Affordable coverage and guaranteed acceptance? We should give them a call.
Do you want to help protect your loved ones from the burden of final expenses? If you're between 50 and 85, you can get quality insurance that does not require any health questions or a medical exam. Your rate of $9.95 a month per unit will never increase, and your coverage will never decrease. That's guaranteed. So join the 6 million people who have already called about this insurance. Whether you're getting new insurance or supplementing what you already have, call now and ask one of their representatives about a plan that meets your needs.
So, what are you waiting for? Go call now. We'll finish up here.
Let Colonial Penn make insurance simple for you.
Call 1-800-653-1413 for your free information and a free gift. That number again is 1-800-653-1413. Or visit us online at cbdirect.com. That's 1-800-653-1413. 1-800-653-1413. Call now.
As local news gets, News 12, Both Bronx.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin McCabe. A protest outside of One Police Plaza Friday night. The large group of mothers who say they've lost loved ones at the hands of the NYPD are speaking out and calling for justice. Our Rich Barabi was there. He has more.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want now?
Some of the mothers who gathered outside One Police Plaza Friday afternoon say they've been waiting for justice for upwards of 19 years. Bronxite Iris Baez says her son, Anthony Ramon Baez, was strangled to death by a police officer back in 1994. The reason, she says, the football he and his brothers were playing with struck a police car.
They were telling me we're all playing football. We're not doing nothing. We're not hurting nobody.
She says the officer in that case later served 7 years in prison, but not for the murder of her son.
It should have been inside for murder, not violating the civil rights.
And so they marched and chanted, calling for a special prosecutor to investigate similar cases in the future. The end of the NYPD's controversial stop and frisk policy and decrying racial profiling. Sandy Mitchell, a family friend of Kamani Gray, the Brooklyn teen who was killed by police 2 months ago after allegedly brandishing a gun, expressed her outrage directly to the mayor.
Mayor Bloomberg, I'm talking to you. Do something for our children.
This all comes just days after a judge noticed a problem.
Mayor Bloomberg is on his way out. This is his last term. He really doesn't care about anything. He's just trying to get all the money he can get before he gets out of office.
We're here in Lower Manhattan. Rich Barabi, News 12, the Bronx.
And that's about getting all those empty lots that are empty, making deals.
Police say he's the man who was caught on this surveillance camera at the discount line in
everything in New York here.
163rd Street last Friday morning. You can see a 3-year-old pull something from his mother's jacket. Police say it was $500 in cash. Then you see Hayes allegedly take the money from the boy and shove his way out of the store. The little boy was not hurt in the incident.
And I know because that's what we're paying him for this apartment here.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? We need it for all the plants, the gardens, and to wash away the pollen count for the last 5 years. Yeah, it's been skyrocketing. A lot of folks with allergies having to suffer from that. But we do have some clouds building as we go through the overnight setting the stage for the storm that's coming through. And it looks like we have some heavy stuff embedded in that solar system. The heavier as you head further north and west. And of course, we're certainly not exempt. We're watching a big lineup here coming in just out in eastern Pennsylvania now. So behind that, you just saw a much clearer picture of what we're going to get on Sunday. So taking a look at our Saturday, by the time pre-dawn hours, forget about it. We have some downpours, could get heavy showers, and of course by the afternoon, possibility of a storm.
Cold water. Not warm, I don't want to get the glue that's holding the hairs, I don't want to soften it up. So bad.
Getting related, but an attorney for one of the suspects says his client has nothing to do with the gang.
By the end of the case, we're fully confident that he's not going to appear the way he's been portrayed and believed to be by some people as some gun-toting thug. He's not a gang member.
Two suspects are 23-year-old Eric Landron and 21-year-old Raul Pacheco. Detectives believe both men are in the Latin Kings gang. They say initially the men had a specific target, but when they arrived at the street corner, that target wasn't there, so they fired randomly, killing Brian. Police say Pacheco has already made statements implicating himself in the murder, but Landron has not. Scary moment Friday afternoon. The school bus carrying kids is involved in a minor car crash.
It seems like it's pushing the hairs out.
Before 5 o'clock. No word yet on what caused that crash.
Look at that. It was looking better before I started using that liquid.
Mayor Bloomberg addressed 9/11 related illnesses. Mayor says he's standing up for the health of all NYPD officers.
Unfortunately, as you all know, right now there are a number of efforts, both through legislation and litigation, that would hurt police officers' ability to protect New Yorkers and hurt their ability to protect themselves.
Such a
We're
liar.
fighting these efforts forcefully
I hate
and
that
letting
guy.
the public know how dangerous and wrong-headed they are.
Well, I don't hate him, I
After
dislike
this
him.
era
I
of
don't hate
incredible
anyone.
crime-fighting gains, our officers should be celebrated, not punished.
Mayor's comments came at a ceremony honoring 6 police officers, 5 of whom died of illness developed during the rescue, recovery, and cleanup work following September 11th attacks. And 1 officer died during the attacks. 2 of those officers served right here in the Bronx. It's a historic day in New York. Workers at One World Trade Center on Friday lifted the final sections of the Silver Spire atop the building. This makes it the tallest
Got this
structure in
stuff
America
off the
and the 3rd
internet
tallest in the
in
world.
this art
Pieces
supply
of spire were
place.
transported
It's
to the roof of
supposed
the
to
building last
restore
week.
your
New
brushes.
towers at the northwest corner
Which
of the World Trade Center
I take good care of my brushes, but
with a 72-story, 4 World
any
Trade Center and other
thing I can
buildings.
do without,
Federal judge here in New York City refuses to
take care of
suspend his
them a
ruling,
little
giving
better.
girls as young as 15 access to Plan B. Last week, the Food and Drug Administration announced the morning after pill could be sold to anyone 15 or older without a prescription. Before he had to be 17,
for breast
government requested
milk
delay
is
in
good for
enforcing
them.
the changes to prevent confusion, while
And
appeals
shaping
are working
them
their way
back.
through the courts. But a U.S. district judge declined that request on Friday.
Stuff has like
I'm
a
Tim
sticky
McCabe,
thing in
request
the
to send your
finger. I
mail.
guess as
If you
it
know I got
dries
the care,
up,
we got that story when we come back.
it gets stickier.
News 12 The Bronx is brought to you in part by Sleepy's. A better tomorrow
come back
starts
and
with a
shape
better
it
night's sleep.
again.
From Sleepy's, the mattress professionals, the most trusted name in mattresses.
This is me, and this is not the person I was just seeing in the mirror. So I decided to do something about it.
I look at that person, I don't even see the same person anymore. It's just night and day.
I guess you think that I didn't like being bald. It wasn't me.
If you're losing your hair, you can now choose to do something about it. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. To find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free information kit. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate just for calling.
Look old. I was 26 this time, and it made me look about 10 years older. I wanted my hair back.
Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 1-800-992-0412. That's 1-800-992-0412.
Acura Westchester wants to thank you for making us
Wrap it up with the wires and the bread. And hold it in place.
Acura of Westchester,
Squeeze it.
where we treat you like family. Acura of Westchester was voted Dealer Rater Acura Dealer of 2012. Great prices, great selection. Stop in and get the VIP treatment at Acura of Westchester.
Thank you for making Acura of Westchester the dealer of the year.
News 12 The Bronx is brought to you in part by Cambridge Paving Stones with Artec. Only Cambridge Paving Stones colors last a lifetime. For more information on where to buy, visit cambridgepavers.com.
It's been more than a week since a fire destroyed about a dozen businesses on White Plains Road in Wakefield. For many of those affected shops, the process of rebuilding has been a slow and frustrating one. Our Carmen Grant reports from Wakefield.
Good kid.
Points to where her hair braid shop once
How
stood.
much
She
did I
and her
give for
mother
this
lost
stuff?
their
$2,
business of 22
$3
years in last week's fire in Wakefield.
$5.96.
Van says dealing with her insurance company has been both
I think
frustrating
it's
and
$3.
stressful.
See for
She says her
shipping.
shop's inventory list, which is needed by her insurance company, was destroyed in the
Go
fire.
straight
After
there.
22 years and nothing happened, we really don't. So everything we lost in the shop. The Bronx side is now looking for space to rent. She says the toughest part is finding a space she can afford. She believes Community Board 12 and local leaders should step in to help shop owners like herself who are struggling to make a living while they rebuild.
Try to help us talk to the renters to not put the prices so high.
Next Wednesday,
say state representatives from the Small Business Services will be meeting with dozens of store owners whose shops were
If I
destroyed
have
last
property,
week.
ain't nothing the
Information
government
on
gonna
loans,
tell me to
proposal
blow
writing, and
my
other
money.
services will be provided to shop owners.
They'll have every agency there, and the merchants will be sitting with each
So much for the
individual
square
expert
footage.
of that
New
particular
York City,
segment
so
of what they would need, and they would be able to advise them, this is your next step.
Rosa says store owners who are planning to attend next week's meeting should know what their insurance covers and other important details to keep the rebuilding process moving forward. In Wakefield, Carmen Grant, News 12 The Bronx.
Former executive director of a Bronx not-for-profit is sentenced to 5 months in prison for mail fraud, making false statements to the government, and obstruction of justice. News 12 spoke to David
what else
back
is
in
new?
2004 when he headed up the Neighborhood Enhancement for Training Services Incorporation.
I think I should put that liquid back in the container.
Taxpayer money from the now closed
I kind of like that container. I'll leave it alone.
What caused a horrific fertilizer plant explosion in
Till I
West
read it
Texas
good.
last month is officially a criminal investigation.
There's nothing else to
And
read
now,
in
one of the
this
first
thing.
responders to the plant has been arrested
What
for
is it?
possession of a destructive device.
Okay.
State fire marshal's
What
office
is
says
this?
they ruled out 4 possible causes.
Okay.
14 people were killed last month when the
Before,
facility caught
after,
fire and
before
exploded.
frustration, it says it in
Investigators more than
French.
400 people
It says it in
trying to figure
Spanish.
out exactly where the fire started and its cause. On Friday, Bryce Reed, a paramedic who helped evacuate residents from nearby apartments, was arrested. The authorities have not yet linked his arrest to the deadly blast. And at 12 in the Money Report, the price of sending mail may be going up again.
Oh,
U.S.
wow.
Postal Service Board will look into hiking postage prices on all types of mail. This proposal comes after the Postal Service was denied a plan to end Saturday service.
Now you're gonna
Postal
start
Service
raising
has been
taxes. You're
struggling
gonna start charging taxes on eBay and Amazon. And now you're gonna bring up your postage also? Forget about it. Forget about doing anything online anymore.
Right here in the Bronx. That's what makes it our Best of the Bronx report.
This is ridiculous.
During the second annual Save Our Sons breakfast in
Why
Yankee Stadium,
why is it
mentors
that
and
prices
mentees
always go up? Why can't they
discussed
go
the need to
down?
address the access gap. President and CEO of the Eagle Academy says young African American men aren't granted the same resources as some of their peers. And organizers say the breakfast also celebrates the accomplishments of the academy.
Memory
as
goes
well as
down,
the education,
electronics,
internships, and activities they've
processor,
afforded young black men.
technology gets better, but sometimes it goes down. Postage, anything that has to do with government, hard for stuff like that to go down. Rare. I hate this coffee, but I'm gonna drink it. Looks,
You've been looking okay. It's a wet start, but
looks
it's a
like
nice
tar.
dry finish.
To
Yeah,
be
Mother's Day
honest,
is
who
shaping up
wants
to
to
be
live forever?
They bring along some pretty strong storms across parts of the Northeast. We may not be exempt from that. You can kind of see it pushing in right now across Pennsylvania. This is up to around the 9, 10 o'clock hour.
I'm just gonna read this
Overnight,
one.
62 degrees. We have some late night showers beginning
Read
with
about
around
maybe
midnight.
a few
By the
pages
time we get into
tonight.
about 9 a.m., it'll be cloudy, rainy, it's going to be wet.
Oh!